Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome to today's pick a card reading, which is what are they thinking? We've got three options here. As you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, thank you to everybody who's been emailing me about somebody uploading my videos to somebody else's channel. So because of that, I'm mentioning that this is Tarot Time Cat, and if you're on Tarot Time Cat, you can get a reading from me by looking in the description box below, or if you're on a different platform or a different channel, you can go to spiritual-candy.com if you'd like a reading with me. £20, 20 minutes, and you get your reading in 24 hours. I will mention it a few times through the video. I'm not trying to hard sell my readings. I'm just doing it, as I say on the beginning of all the videos lately, it's just to try and avoid this person keep using my videos on their channel. So yeah, so thank you to everyone who's been really kind and supportive, letting me know about that. So that's really kind of you. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so anyway, let's get on with today's reading. If you haven't already chosen, please pause the video and make your selection. And then here we go. I've just got 4 tarot cards today. It is intuitive. Hi, number 1. So this is intuitive. It's 4 tarot cards. They are yeah, I've got no oracle cards today, just tarot. They don't really fit, do they? Hang on. Oh, that fits. Okay, let's move that there. Let's move that there. Sorry, number 1s. If you choose number 1 a lot, you'll find that I use you as like a guinea pig, don't I? Because I haven't decided where I have to lay the cards out. So I'm always moving them around for group number 1. Okay. Right, so what are they thinking? Well, this is fantastic. Look at this. Ace of Wands, the Star, the Magician. 9 of Coins in reverse isn't brilliant, but everything else is really good. I feel like, you know, we don't need to worry about this. I'll talk about this in a second. Let's go through it in order. I really do think that they are having some sort of aha, some sort of breakthrough, some sort of revelation, realization. Either they're having it now or they are going to have it soon. But the point is, this is kind of around them at the moment, which is really super exciting. If you've been waiting for some sort of revelation from them, some sort of breakthrough, it's most likely going to affect them on quite a spiritual level, because the Ace of Wands is a spiritual awakening of sorts. It doesn't have to be that they're aware of it in a spiritual sense, but it will have a spiritual impact on their life. And if they are a spiritual person, it's very likely to be even more so, if that makes sense. You know, if they're tapped into it, they'll be able to make the most of this new opportunity. The Star really just kind of reaffirms and builds on what we've seen in the Ace of Wands, because it's like things have maybe not been so great for a while for them, but like now they're feeling like, okay, there's hope here, there's a possibility on the horizon. The Star is like an opportunity coming. Maybe it wasn't the way they expected, maybe it's not the way you expected, but there is sort of hope in this situation, you know. So it's like they're starting to think, okay, they're having a bit of an aha, a realization, and they're having sort of an awareness that perhaps they can get somewhere. Perhaps there's like a bit of a breakthrough coming for them, you know. So something's happening here where they're thinking, oh, okay, maybe this is possible, because the Magician just does suggest that there is a new beginning here. So they are contemplating a new beginning. And with the Magician, you always need to look at what other cards are around. Obviously, I read intuitively, but also I do take into account the cards to some extent, you know, as well. And this is a new beginning that it sort of indicates a bit of a breakthrough, a bit of a revelation or a realization here. You know, and I do feel like it's got quite a magic, you know, the Ace of Wands, the Star and the Magician, it's all quite magical. It's quite mystical as well. It's it could be quite a surprising breakthrough as well. So if you've been waiting for something but you think, well, you know, this is going to take a bit of a miracle, well, you know, believe in miracles, because it is possible. Okay, it is possible. That said, the 9 of Pentacles does just caution you a little bit, because this isn't in the upright position. It's sort of abundance and comfort, and, you know, like things coming towards you, like a bit of a harvest after hard work sort of thing, you know. But when it's in the reverse, it's like you know, the abundance isn't quite there. The physical, tangible abundance isn't there. Now, this card means all sorts of things that I don't feel are relevant to here. Intuitively, and what they're telling me is it's like the idea's there, the intention's there, and the opportunity to start building this situation, whatever it is, you know, is there. So I feel like, obviously, most of you watching this are watching with love in mind, are watching with a particular situation in mind, and you've been drawn with this to this reading because this is the answer to that. So whatever you're asking about, this is the answer to that, if that makes sense, because it seems quite general, but it's not. It is intended to answer the question that you have, okay? And that's hopefully why you were drawn here. Of course, it doesn't always work out that perfectly. Sometimes we choose a reading and it's not, you know, it doesn't resonate, but more often than not, this is the way to look at it, I feel. And what they're saying is it's not that necessarily the person has these thoughts. They want to have this new beginning. They feel inspired. They feel like they've seen a way of doing this, or they've seen a potential opportunity on the horizon, something along that line. But it can't manifest into physical, tangible abundance at the moment. Okay, and that's going to be different for everybody. So what they're thinking is, they are thinking, oh, this can move forwards. There's potential in this situation, but they can't do it right now. Now, some of you are maybe saying, oh, Kat, I already knew that. You know, I already know that they're interested in me or they want to move forward. No, but there's something more to it. There's something more to it. They've had some sort of breakthrough. So it is an advancement, but it's just not coming into tangible, physical reality right now. Hope that makes sense. So much love, number ones. I will see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime, which you can get at spiritual-candy.com, or if you are on Tarot Time Cat, you can look in the description box below for a link. Hi, number twos. So here I am today with an intuitive reading. I'm going to put this up here now. You can't really see it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so we've got the Page of Cups, Four of Cups, Five of Swords, Four of Swords reversed. Okay, so what they're thinking, they're not in a great place, okay? The Four of Swords reversed is, it can be that they're feeling ill or they're not very well. It's kind of like overexertion, pushing yourself too hard, trying to keep going when you should stop. I do want to just say intuitively, the general energy from these cards is someone who is a little immature, being a little naive. They are perhaps a bit codependent, perhaps a bit needy. You know, they're immature in that they're not accepting help when they need it. They're not being intuitive enough to see where the opportunities lie. They're kind of genuine. They want to. They're not lying to you, or they're not being disingenuous. They do care. They are coming through as this Page of Cups. They're wanting to offer something genuinely, but they're kind of stuck in their ego, naive, you know, they're just not handling the situation very well out of a lack of maturity or a lack of experience if they are young, because they're either young or they're acting in a young way. So let's look specifically, just quickly. Yeah, this person could be ill, but it's more that they are drained because they're pushing themselves too hard beyond their natural limit. It could be to do with this Five of Swords. There's a sense with this energy here. It's like the Five of Swords here, intuitively, it's this interpretation that they kind of need to accept that they're wrong about something, or they've got the bit between their teeth over something. They're being stubborn, or they're being difficult. they can't admit that they were wrong about something, or they can't turn back on the path. You know, they're trying to do something that's not working out, but they, instead of just letting it go and saying, do you know what, I was wrong about that. You know, when you're a little bit more experienced and you don't mind being wrong, and it doesn't hurt you to be wrong, when you're a little bit more mature or a little bit more awakened, and you understand that, you know, okay, I got that wrong, and you're happy to admit it. You don't have to explain it or try and justify it. This person is not at that stage. This person is kind of pushing themselves to the limit to prove a point that they can't win anyway. And even if they can, kind of by, you know, force, win in inverted commas, they won't win, because no one can win now. It's like it's become a difficult situation. It's like a battle of egos. So this person kind of needs to admit defeat on this situation, walk away, let go, stop fussing and worrying. But actually they can't stop fussing and worrying. You know, this could be you offering the cup. You know, and I often see this intuitively as, it's like this person only sees what they've got, and this is somebody trying to offer a cup of love, the Ace of Cups. Someone's trying to offer this person a new beginning, or the universe is trying to offer this person a new beginning, but all they see is what they have. They haven't got the breadth of vision to see what's on offer for them. And sometimes I feel this card intuitively is a bit like, I'm just going to be really, really blunt, a bit like a spoilt brat. You know, like a spoilt child, you know, that's like got his lip out and just, you know, won't. But I don't mean a genuine small child, but you know, when a child behaves in a much younger way and they're just being difficult, it's kind of like that energy. Hope no one's offended by that. I didn't mean to be offensive. It's just, it is quite a sulky energy, and it feels like that, particularly with all these other cards. You know, this person is, so this person is thinking they want to offer something, but they're very needy. You know, they kind of, so it might feel with this person that it might feel with this person that actually they're just quite draining, or they're quite difficult, because this person, the Page of Cups, is quite a vulnerable energy, quite youthful, as I say, either immature or youthful or vulnerable or something, you know, and particularly with this illness thing put in as well, they may well be a bit of a victim even, and that they, and you, it's like they feel they're trying to offer you something, but you may feel like it's completely the other way round. This battle could even be with you if you're in a relationship with this person. This person feels really high maintenance, but their thinking is genuine. It's just that they're either young, inexperienced, immature, or whatever, or they kind of have got emotional / overly, you know, either they're very emotional, or they've got quite a lot of attachment to egoic sort of thoughts, if you like. They certainly are being called by their circumstances to kind of awaken a little more and to detach from their ego. If they can take that step back, you know, if they can turn this Four of Swords around and take a rest and take a step back, I think that this situation can sort out. But at the minute, that's what's going on. That's what they're thinking. They do genuinely want to offer you something though. But they are just struggling to kind of deal with themselves because of this young energy. I hope that makes sense. So much love to you, number twos. I'll see you on tomorrow's reading or a private reading in the meantime, which you can get at spiritual-candy.com, or if you're on Tarot Time Cat, please check the description box below. Hi, number threes. How are you doing? I hope you're good. So let's have a look at what are they thinking. It wouldn't surprise me, guys, because of this, if you are either not in communication or this person has felt to have taken a step back lately. There may be a sense that, you know, you haven't got that communication that you once had, or that this person feels to have kind of disappeared a little bit. Because the High Priestess can indicate like that, no communication. It is also about being intuitive, and I think that's really important as well. This person needs to be intuitive. That's the key really here. This person needs to be intuitive. This will indicate with some people, and you're going to have to interpret, because this is a general reading, you're going to have to interpret this card by looking at your situation and the person that you're inquiring about, or the situation that you're inquiring about. Because for some, it will indicate that they're not talking to you, or their communication is much, you know, less than it used to be, or you feel more detachment from them. Or it could be that they are starting to become more intuitive. So it depends on your situation, okay? So just bear that in mind. It could be both as well. But there definitely is a need for more intuition, because this person, they're trying, I need to jump here because or else it won't make sense. Right, they're trying to manage their situation. I think that this person has some awareness that they are afraid or fearful. You know, they're not totally oblivious to their over attachment to thoughts, which they have, which we'll talk about in a minute. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to gain some strength, you know, and this can be strength to do something or to take an action, or it can be just about managing themselves. They are trying. They are trying. I think for a lot of them, they are trying to be intuitive. But for some of, just a few of you know that your person is not at all spiritual, and they're very, very practical, very, very logic based and mind based. And if so, then it's possibly not going to be that they're trying to be more intuitive. But on the whole, the point is that they're trying to manage themselves, because this is a symbol for the whole person. You know, this is a symbol for them, their sort of higher self, their intuitive self, and their deeper self. And this is like their thoughts and emotions, and it's like trying to manage ourselves with, when we see this card, and gain strength and wisdom through balancing that sort of outer power and inner power, and trying to use our inner calm, spaciousness, awareness, in order to tame the beast of our emotions, so we're not so reactive, so we're not so drawn by every thought, emotion and situation. So this person is trying to gain some sort of control of themselves in a good way, not egoic control, but, you know, they're trying to sort of connect with their own personal power. But they are finding it really hard. There's a lot of momentum going around this person's thoughts and fears. You know, they've got the Eight of Swords. Look, they're totally bound up and blinded by their thoughts and fears. You know, so even though the will is there, it is tricky for them. I think those of you who are inquiring about a person who really is very, very unlikely to become intuitive, they're going to find it much harder. What it feels to me is, you see, we've got two major arcana. They always trump the minor arcana. You know, I feel like if your person can be more open to kind of spiritual-ish suggestions, or they are prepared to go a little bit off-piste in regards to their being so logical, they will find it easier to overcome this situation. If they are absolutely hell-bent on being logical, I think they'll find it harder, because they won't really be able to connect with that intuitive thing. You know, because I feel like they may well have difficulties and troubles, and then they get this inner hunch, do you know what, just let it go, it's all right. But if they are absolutely determined that it has to make logical sense, they're going to maybe struggle a little more. So it really depends on them individually, but they are trying. What they're thinking is they are trying to manage themselves in this situation. They are, if they've been telling you, I'm trying to gain the strength, I'm trying to gain the courage, I'm trying to be brave, I'm trying to think of a way out of this situation, or to sort this situation, or to overcome my fears. That is true, I feel. They are trying, but they are really bound up in their fears. And what this results in is a sense of overwhelm. So, you know, they've got this, the water in the background's really turbulent. They're trying to juggle their situations. The truth of the matter is that even though they are putting their effort into trying to overcome their issues. They're still finding it very overwhelming. They're still having a lot to manage. They can get there, I feel. That, you know, the Two of Coins, they will manage it and they actually can achieve it. But it is a sense of feeling, you know, totally overwhelmed. And I think that that's really the key of what they're feeling at the minute. That it's difficult. It's a hard time for them. It is a difficult time for them. They're trying to juggle the situations, and it's, as much as anything, it's like trying to juggle the emotional and the practical. It's like, you know, they're finding it difficult to do that. Yeah, so it's really about them learning how to manage this situation, manage themselves, manage their emotions. And even if they're not naturally a spiritual person, and they're maybe never going to be a spiritual person, and that's fine, they don't have to be consciously aware of it, but they are going to have to, some way or other, kind of find that inner awareness that manages the situation. Because if they totally rely on their mind the whole time, I think that they are going to struggle a little bit. But yeah, so I hope this makes sense about what they're thinking. So much love to you guys. I will see you either on a private reading, which you can get at spiritual-candy.com, or if you're on Tarot Time Cat, you can check the description box below. So much love to you guys. See you tomorrow.